Seniors, you're already ahead of me. You already took your seat. Nice work. Good evening and welcome to the 2026 Commencement for Hamilton Community Schools. My name is Bradford Lusk. I'm the proud superintendent of Hamilton Community Schools. I first want to thank everybody in our audience for joining us tonight, along with a special thank you to each parent and guardian who trusted HCS every day with their student. I sincerely thank you. Tonight we're here to recognize and celebrate the graduates of the class of 2026. Well, tonight is the final official event of your senior year. Please take this opportunity to look around in the gym and take in the moment. You can look around, take it all in. You will see family, friends, staff members, and community members here celebrating your accomplishments. Each of your supporters believed in you, offered help along the way, and only wanted the best for you and your future endeavors. Everyone needs some help and guidance along the way in life to accomplish their goals. So students, let's offer a round of applause as a gesture of appreciation to everyone who has helped you along the way. Graduates, in a very short time period, you're going to go from seniors to alumni. You will join a long line of distinguished Hamilton graduates who've done great things in the world. It is now your turn to continue the tradition. We know that great things happen here, but now it's your turn to go out there and do great things out in the world. Tonight ends one chapter in your book of life, yet another has only begun. Not everyone sitting around here will be in your next chapter in your life, but each of you are connected by a special bond, and that is your community of Hamilton. I cannot guarantee many things to you in life, but one thing is certain, and there will be ups and downs in life. Here's a couple perspectives to consider what can be helpful when navigating tough times. I'd ask you, if you want to win in life, take time to consider what's important now. W-I-N. Put things in perspective and act accordingly. And the second thing I would say is take each challenge and see it as an opportunity. It can be very hard, especially in some very tough challenges, but if you can do that, you will grow, overcome obstacles, and become better. That will benefit you in life. I thank you again for everybody that's here to celebrate our graduates. Thank you to the parents and guardians. Congratulations, graduates, and always, go Hawkeyes.
Good evening to families, friends, staff, Board of Education members, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Tonight is a celebration of accomplishments, memories, and moments that probably felt small at the time, but now mean everything. It's the early mornings, the late nights, the missed shots, the second chances, the group projects that somehow turned into one person doing all of the work, and the friendships that made the hard days easier. Graduation is not just about receiving a diploma. It is about recognizing how much you have grown through every challenge, every success, and every moment in between, and then your diploma. One thing I hope you carry with you beyond tonight is this: success is rarely built in giant moments. Most of life is shaped by small decisions made consistently over time. Showing up, trying again, choosing to care, choosing to help someone even when your plate is full. Those moments matter more than you realize. Character is not built during the easy days. It is built during the days when nobody is watching, when things are difficult, and when quitting would have been the easier way. This class has shown that kind of character over and over again. You've shown resilience through change, through humor, dressing moments, supporting one another in times that mattered most. You created memories in classrooms and on field trips, on stages, on the courts, in the hallways, at dances, and during events that will someday feel much smaller to you than in your memory they do tonight. But the people beside you right now, those relationships you'll experience, and they will stay with you forever. There have been times that you've kept us on our toes, times that you've made us proud, and occasionally times that you made us question whether senioritis should qualify as an official medical condition. But through all of it, you brought energy, you brought personality and life to this building. And Hamilton High School is a better place because of each of you. So thank you. As you leave here tonight, remember this: the world does not just need talented people. It needs good people. It needs people who work hard, that treat others with respect, that stay humble and continue to grow. No matter where life takes you next, never underestimate the impact that you can have on the people around you. The way that you carry yourself, the way you encourage others, and the way you respond to adversity will define you far more than any title or accomplishment ever will. And now it is my honor to introduce two students who have represented the dedication, perseverance, and commitment of this graduating class in an outstanding way. Each year, our valedictorian and salutatorian are given the opportunity to reflect on their experiences with their classmates and the journey that has brought them to the stage tonight. Mackenzie Pelletier is planning to attend Grand Valley State University, studying ecology. Please welcome to the podium your valedictorian, Mackenzie Pelletier.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to start by thanking some people, which may seem like an obligatory part of this speech, but I genuinely would not be where I am right now without the love and support from my freaking amazing mom and dad, my best friends, and my incredibly dedicated teachers, not just in high school, but throughout my years of education. Beyond those who have touched my life directly, I'd like to acknowledge and appreciate the many women who have come before me, paving the way for equality and creating opportunities for girls like me everywhere. Empowered women empower women, and I'm proud to join them as a female valedictorian and woman in STEM. Speaking of STEM, how many of you are majoring in a STEM field, or for those of you who already did this whole graduation thing, have a STEM degree? Science, technology, engineering, or math? Okay. So those of you with a science background will know of the scientific method. I mean, hopefully we've all learned that at some point, but I doubt we all remember. Basically, the scientific method says that you come up with an idea, test it, and change your mind accordingly. You're not looking to prove your hypothesis. In fact, you're looking to prove it wrong. A good scientific study only comes to a conclusion when it's exhausted every possible method of disproving its hypothesis. When left with no evidence to the contrary, then and only then may you accept your idea as true. This corresponds with the idea of neuroplasticity, one of my favorite concepts in science. Neuroplasticity means that the younger we are, the quicker and easier it is to build, strengthen, or reshape neural pathways in our brains. These pathways help us connect ideas, form habits, or change our opinions. The information gathering skills involved in the scientific method and the mental flexibility that comes with neuroplasticity are crucial to success both academically and otherwise. We all know that plans rarely come to fruition the way we imagine, and the best way to reconcile that is just to be flexible. When we're confronted with new information, is it more productive to immediately oppose and disregard it, or to be open-minded and ready to change your perspective? Of course, when you think critically, you won't always agree with such new information, but in some cases you will, and it'll be important that you know how to change your mind. Remember those neural pathways? Our brains trim away paths that don't get used. And in a world where AI can think for you, it's more critical than ever to stay curious and keep using your brain. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking that they don't have any. If we give up now and let ourselves stop thinking, we lose our power. That power extends beyond learning academically. At his Super Bowl halftime show, Bad Bunny said, "The only thing more powerful than hate is love." When we learn more about our fellow humans and choose love over hate, we make a better world for everyone. This will be difficult, I know. Our best accomplishments are rarely easy. But as the American activist and author Helen Keller reminds us, the marvelous richness of human experience would lose something of rewarding joy if there were no limitations to overcome. As you move forward, I implore you, look at the world with an open mind, think critically, build those neural pathways, and most importantly, stay curious. Thank you.
Our second speaker tonight is our salutatorian, Yozgart Garcia. He is planning to attend the University of Michigan in the fall, and he will be pursuing a degree in computer science. Please welcome to the stage your salutatorian, Yozgart Garcia.
Good evening. What's up, guys? As previously stated, my name is Yosgar Garcia, and it is a pleasure to be, as many of you guys were quick to point out, the first place loser. So, I'll try to keep this short. I mean, I'm not exactly known for being a big speaker. Teachers will know that. I just want to get out of here, yeah? So, I'd like to start off by saying that I'm honored to have this place among this talented class, and that, of course, it wouldn't have been possible without the support I received throughout my time as a student. So I want to give my gratitude to many, many people along my journey who showed me support and care and have allowed me to reach the person I am today. Firstly, I'd like to thank certain teachers who have perhaps misplaced a trampoline once or twice. And I'd like to thank certain teachers who know how much I just love Taco Bell. And certain teachers who can really appreciate a good skullet. I don't know where you are, but. And certain teachers who know why the Red Hot Chili Peppers crossed the road. And certain teachers who I had the great, great displeasure of turning down Chick-fil-A from. I really sucked. Now, it's just to not name a few. So, additionally, I'd like to acknowledge the many mentors and teachers who are not present here today, but regardless, made an impact on my life. Furthermore, I'd like to thank the staff and drivers who helped make the school as clean, safe, and comfortable as it was. I'd also like to thank certain one of you guys who thought that "bless us, tongue, her" would be a good idea to add into my speech. Yeah, Moreland. Maybe it was, I don't know. Y finalmente quiero agradecer a una cierta familia que me ha mostrado tanto y tanto amor. Desde los viajes a México al tiempo que simplemente pasamos como familia, aprecio todo lo que hicieron y nunca podré pagar todo lo que han hecho por mí. Pero una casa en La Paz no estaría mal, ¿verdad? Los quiero muchísimo, nunca los olvidaré. Bueno, mientras no gane la lotería, porque después de eso, pues. Okay, something. So while pondering over the speech, I received and asked for requests for lines to include in the speech here. I asked some peers, like, hey, do you got any wise words that you would like to have voiced? And I got a few responses that I promised I would say. So some wise words for my fellow classmates include, life is like a box of chocolates, make lemonade. Life is like Roblox. Ever played rugby before? Remember, the electrons flow through the salt bridge. For AP guys, yeah, you'll get a 5 with that one. Yeah. AI sucks. I promise I did not consult the big GPT or the big rock or the big whatever for this speech. And don't outsource your thinking, guys. It's not good. Live, laugh, swim. It was rigged from the start. And then Helen Keller was a fake person created by the socialists to sway the public opinion during the early 20th century. I think one of Everly's classes would attest to that. And Cookie, I still have no idea what you mean. I don't know where you are, but I would say it. Soy yo lechuga. Just for you, okay? Okay, now back to the actual message that I have prepared or whatever. The speech probably just blend into your memory as another guy speaking about something, right? But maybe now that I said it, like it won't, or maybe it still will. I don't know how psychology works. I never took it. So here's my short message. It has something to do with neuroplasticity and Bad Bunny, actually. That is, I simply want to reinforce the idea of keeping an open mind. Being in an extremely globalized world, we will all encounter things very foreign to us, ideas that are quite strange, traditions that are unfamiliar, people who do not think the same way as me or you. And we will encounter people who think exactly that of us. But ultimately with the technologies, emerging technologies that will come up in our future, and the slightly expensive gas, and slightly expensive groceries, and slightly expensive housing, and slightly expensive education, and whatever else life is throwing about. None of us really know what kind of world we're about to enter. And as such, I think the best we can do is to approach the world's upcoming unknowns with a wholehearted sense of curiosity. Curiosity not muddied by hate or prejudice, but rather a sincere desire to understand. And perhaps that begins with remembering a simple fact about human nature. I had to include him in the speech. So as the GOAT, Nelson Mandela, put it, no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. So yeah, gang, go out there, stay tough, take care, love lots, be human, and that's all. Thank you.
Every year at graduation, we also ask our senior class officers to come together to ask a member of our teaching staff to speak at graduation. Please welcome our guest speaker this year, Lexi Mack.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Seniors, you made it. I'm honored to be here with you tonight, both you graduates and everyone who made it possible for you guys to get here. I promise to keep this short, short, sweet, and cheesy. I'm sure many of you remember my dear friend Blaine Luckton back there, his speech last year. It was awesome. Give it up for Blaine. Give it up for Blaine. If you did not get to see it, there were sing-alongs, there were wigs, there was a boombox. It was seriously amazing. The kind of speech those kids will remember for years. And I thought, I'm not that person. I am not a great performer outside of my random rants in a chemistry class. So when Mr. Luckton and I sing karaoke together, I usually try and kind of hide behind him. If you know him, it works. If you're waiting for me to burst into song tonight, I can tell you that's just not happening. I actually was hoping to use some chemistry teacher skills and light a fire somewhere, but I was told no go on that one. Didn't seem very practical. So I almost said no. In fact, I did say no. But sweet Melina and crew just kept coming back. I could not say no. But then I caught myself, because saying no to something simply because I didn't think I would measure up is exactly the kind of thing I would want to discourage in all of you. You will always face barriers in both learning and in life, but you have to find ways around them. In chemistry, I swear this is not a lecture, there are many barriers to reactions that need to happen, and yet they still find a way to happen. I'd like to talk to you guys tonight about a couple barriers that you might face in your coming years. The first barrier, and maybe the most important, is not being truly yourself, especially before your brain is fully developed, neuroplasticity and such. It is so tempting to mold yourself into what other people want you to be, into doing things that don't feel authentically you, but maybe just seem like the right idea or logical idea at the time. With everything you have, try to avoid that. The world doesn't need a carbon copy of the person next to you or the cleaned up AI'd version of you. It needs that specific, special, unrepeatable elements that make you, you. This group has remarkable elements that are unique to them. I've known students here who have amazing intelligence that will change the world, humor that made me crack up in class when we needed to be serious, and kind, humble hearts with empathy that truly got me through some of my darkest days. Lean into your strengths and stay true to who you want to be. The second barrier is not showing up at all. In chemistry, a reaction can't happen if molecules never collide. They have to be in motion, they have to make contact, they have to be in the arena and not on the sidelines. We've all had the urge to hang back, waiting to see how something goes before we're going to commit, staying on the edge of the room, conversation, or opportunity. While that feels safe, that safety won't create meaningful change in your world. Reactions happen when you move toward things, not away from them. Join your club, apply for the job, say the thing you've been rehearsing in your head. Get in the arena. If you need to, pretend someone brought a chair to the school dance floor. I just heard that attracts people. The third barrier is what happens when your experiment doesn't work. And we all have times when they don't. I cannot count how many times a lesson plan has gone sideways. Maybe when I had to cave in and let you make TikTok edits of labs in your sophomore year chemistry class, while I cleaned up a catastrophic protein shake spill for my morning commute. But here's what every good scientist knows. A failed experiment is not a failed scientist. I want to tell you about my favorite scientist growing up, who was my dad. He was a farmer turned millwright and a third shift maintenance man in a GM factory for 45 years. He was not particularly fond of academics in high school, yet he was the smartest person I've ever met. I recently asked him if he ever used things he learned in high school, expecting him to scoff at the question. Instead, he recounted a story of an assembly line that kept breaking down no matter what engineering change was made, and they kept coming to my dad to fix it. He said everyone was stressed and tired, unable to figure out the issue, and eventually, using his old Algebra 2 textbook to help him, shout out math teachers, he realized that the designers of the long assembly line had not factored in the curve of the earth when they were designing their long assembly line. So he needed to use his book and find parabolic functions to factor in. When will you use Algebra 2? Right there. So I hate to tell you this now, whether you excelled academically or found more interest in other things, you are never done learning. The people who make the biggest impact are not the ones who got everything right. They're the ones who looked at what went wrong, adjusted, tried again, and did not completely lose their cool. When your plans don't work out as expected, stay curious. Ask yourself and others who you look up to what you might be missing. Then keep going. Like I said, this is not the end of your learning, but just the beginning. To create a meaningful life, you need to learn, grow, and adapt as you go. I have faith that all of you in this class can accomplish that. Finally, if you ever hit a point where everything feels like too much, look for the catalyst. In chemistry, a catalyst is something that helps the reaction along. In your life, the catalyst can be small things, a sunset over Lake Michigan, a call from a friend, taking a break from class to catch some of the first snowflakes of the year, or getting asked to give a commencement speech from students who have meant a lot to you. These things are not insignificant. They are the difference between a reaction that stalls and one that moves forward. Take notice of these small things with gratitude, and the hard moments won't seem as daunting. You are not a generic group of people, a generic group of graduates. You are a specific, particular, irreplaceable set of people who let me into your lives for a few hours a week, who enjoyed pancakes and bad chemistry jokes with me, who were able to make it through challenges, difficulties, AP classes, state championships, and navigating life as it gets busier and more complicated. You have done this with grace, and I'm so proud of you. Watching you all grow has been one of the greatest privileges of my career. You don't need to be anything that you're not. Remember to lean into your unique elements, the particular specific pieces of who you are. Bring those to every room you walk into, collide with the world, adjust when things go sideways, and notice the small things that make it all worthwhile. Congratulations, class of 2026. I wish you all the love and luck in the world, and I look forward to seeing all that you accomplish. Thank you.
Let's talk about a little bit of money here. The Hamilton Community Schools Employee Scholarship is an academic gift designed to be awarded annually to graduating high school seniors. The scholarship is funded through the contributions of Hamilton Community Schools employees, Hamilton administrators, aides, bus drivers, custodians, food service, maintenance, secretaries, teachers, and more to continue to contribute to the future of Hamilton students. The Hamilton Community Schools Employee Scholarship Program has given over $86,000 over the past 26 years to graduating seniors. Congratulations to the following students who will be presented with the Hamilton Community Schools Employee Scholarship. We have 9 winners, so please hold your applause to the end when they're announced. When your name is called, please stand to be recognized. Cameron Luckton, Abigail Miedema, Elise Vandermeulen, Evelyn Boovy, Avery Brower, Jaden Feinweaver, Emery Andrews, Zoe Hennefeld, Daniel Grabinski. Congratulations to these students.
You may have a seat. All right, this year we've had the honor of hosting 6 foreign exchange students from other countries. While they are not graduating today, they have participated and made wonderful connections with our senior students. Being away from home and successfully completing a year abroad is no easy task. Tonight we have one of those students with us, Senara Borges Lerero. So, Serena, would you mind standing for us? Thank you, Senara. We are now to the presentation of diplomas. The following students have successfully completed the graduation requirements as set forth by the Board of Education, are recommended by the administration and staff of Hamilton High School to now receive their diplomas. Melina Luckadoo, Senior Class President, will now read the names of the graduates to receive their diplomas. We ask that you hold your applause until the graduates have been called. We will be reading the names of the students quickly, and holding your applause until the end will allow each family to hear their graduate's name. We also ask that you not approach the stage to take individual pictures, as we have provided a photographer for the evening to capture our graduate special moments on stage. Melina, you may begin.
Row 1, please stand. Mackenzie Lynn Pelletier. Kaylee Grace Mayborn. Casey Kevin Thomas. Abigail Grace Miedema. Alyssa K. Bittner. Benjamin John Aldering. Araya Renee Adams Crawford. Aaliyah Rose Adams. Preston James Amick. Emery Grace Andrews. Annalise Regina Asensio. Anella Claire Avink. Brody Matthew Basler. Emily Elizabeth Berkemer. Grace Marie Bigger. Braden David Blackwire. Sophia Grace Blaukamp. Tyler Jeffrey Block. Austin Dean Borman. Annika Jane Johnson. Charles Nelson Harris. James Hudson Anderson. Jack Elliott Langland. Yosgar Garcia. Row 2, please stand. Evelyn Jo Booby. Griffin Stephen Bullheis. Rena Elizabeth Bowerman. Bradley Stephen Branson. Claire Elise Brink. Shane Michael Brinkheis. Shelby K. Brinkheis. Avery Nicole Brower. Brody Dwayne Brown.
Owen Christopher Brown. Sutton Reed Bryant. Parker William Bursk. Elizabeth Marie Byron. Nathan Wayne Carpenter. Caden Thomas Champlin. Jack Lauren Charlson. Kuno Gabriel Chico. Madison Lee Clapp. Keegan Dale Cook. Carmine Mauricio Cordova. Haley Noel Council. Jakin Michael Cozello. Mackenzie Jade Curtis. Timothy Roland Davis Jr. Row 3, please stand. Sophia Grace DeWeerd. Arena Isabel DeWise. Brooklyn Joe DeArmond. Jamie K. DeYoung. Mariah Ann Diaz. Jenna Marie Dozman. Grady Allen Inglesman. Isaiah Joe Fernandez. Ryan Michael Fetters. Hannah Grace Fisher. Isabel Madonna Friedrichsen. Jaden Deanne Fineweaver. Lilium Liliana Garcia. Hatsidi Denide Garibaldi. Adeline Lee Garblink. Lucas Paul Gensink. Daniel Thomas Grabinski. Caleb Thomas Grunst. Oscar Guzman. Haley Ray Hager. Caitlin Joy Haygood. James Edward Harris. Brooks Robert Hawkins. Taylor Lauren Hare. Row 4, please stand. Cassie Jean Helder. Zoe Grace Henneveld. Luke Martin Hernandez. Kaya Shea Hertz. Priya Ruth Hybor. Brinzy Lynn Hoobie. Carly Jin Hoffman. Jaden Francilia Renee Howard. Logan Lee Howard. Hudson Gregory Holst. Sierra Marie Hutmaker. Adler Michael Jagger. Jessica Wu Jezertsky. Madison Ray Jipping. Ella Riley Jones. Sarah Lynn Yoldell Kelly. Macy Joyce Kleinhexel. Michael Darwin Comparns. Logan Michael Kuman. Sawyer Margan Cruz. Michaela Rose Lang. Logan Lloyd Lazarock. Allison Ray Lesman. Brody Michael Lesman. Row 5, please stand. Dylan Ryan Lowe. Daniel Trayton Lovers. Cameron Allen Lugton. Mason John McEwen. Kyle Reed Machili. Arabella K. Marius. Maximino Valentine Martinez. Audrey Michelle Mast. Tegan Janae Mayrand. Serenity Lynn McAvoy. James Nicholas McCleary. Ariana Lene McDonald. Kelsey Joe Mersman. Tegan Nicole Minier. Tyler Phillip Michelson. Caleb North Miller. Paige Ellery Makma. Gavin Jacob Moreland. Gary Bryce Morrison. Andrew Isaac Moser. Weston James Mulder. Gavin John Myers. William Charles Newson. Row 6, please stand. Jocelyn Sage Nolan. Evan Paul Nonthowitz. Clayton Jeffrey Nyborn. Jace Aiden Nyborn. Alex Lorraine Nyhoff. Levi Robert O'Connor. Caleb Wade Ostrink. Yelena Marie Orozco. Brianna Ortiz. Bryce Robert Ostrom. Avery Michelle Overbeek. Christian Sanford Palmer. Riley Grace Palmer. Sierra Gabrielle Parrish. Colton J. Parsons. Jocelyn Raquel Pasvan. Brandy Peck. Ashlyn Renee Perry. Hallie Ray Peters. Zach Allen Pykart. Blake Alexander Prelip. Miley Faith Prince. Mason Allen Price. Colin Guy Pulsfer. Row 7, please stand. Caden Joshua Ravers. Luke David Ravers. Klaus Anders Wheeldryer Reister. Carly Ann Riddle. Gavin Lee Router. Anastasia Joy Ruggles. Carter J. Ruzica. Robert Earl Samuels IV. Adon Sanchez. Jesse Renee Sanchez Jr. Dominic Dale Skipper. Tanner David Skipper. Connor Allen Scrotenborg. Gideon Donald Scott. Ava Mackenzie Sablink. Levi Thomas Slaw. Natalie Jane Smith. Keegan Marshall Springer. Logan Andrew Stazowski. Colton Robert Steely. Chase Hunter Tenbrink. James Joel Thompson. Richard Michael Town. Elijah Matthew Tucker. Row 8, please stand. Aiden Nicholas Unima. Hannah Grace Falkema. Emma Elizabeth Van Gelderen. Taylor Louise Van Heis. Joshua Matthew Van Order. Nathan Wade Van Order. Broden Coy Van Wieren. Marin Annette Van Bronckhorst. Kyrie Ann Vandenberg. Jalen Grace Vanderbilt. Kelsey Lynn Vanderkamp. Elise Lauren Vandermeulen. Gavin Michael Van Nest. Kennedy Grace Van Isle. Angelina Grace Vasquez. Cami Grace Veen. Joshua Thomas Feldman. Noel Zachary Vigil. Donovan Josiah Wagner. Brady Matthew Walters. Gavin Roger Walters. Tara Nicole Walters. Jax David Wedevin. Ryan Edwin Wellscott. Row 9, please stand. Carly Rosemary Wendt. Madeline Esther Wilson. Nikki Ann Wilson. Wyatt Lewis Wilson. Hudson John Windemuller. Celie Albert Walters. Isabel Marlene Weister. Gavin Christopher Zimmer.
And last but not least, Melina Rose Luckadoo. Graduates, please stand. Upon the recommendation of the high school faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by our Board of Education and the laws of the state of Michigan, I now bestow upon you the high school diploma as it applies to you individually and cite you as being worthy of all rights, privileges, and responsibilities. I extend to you the sincere congratulations of your teachers, administrators, staff, and Board of Education. At this time, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left of your hat to signify this momentous occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Hamilton High School class of 2026. Yep, go.
I took my love, took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Ah, did my love take it down? Ah, climb a mountain and turn around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, where the landslide bring it down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide bring it